Hello again, this is Susan Paz. This is a question one of my students sent me. It's an example of a complex number, and what she was asked to do was identify which part is the real part and which part is the imaginary part. So what you want to do with these is to write it in what we identify as A plus BI form, where the A is the real part. Sometimes we identify real numbers with a funny R symbol that looks like that. And the B is the imaginary part, because it is attached to the letter I. And remember that I is equal to the square root of -1. So that letter I definition allows us to take square roots of negative numbers, and it moves us out into a whole new set of numbers called complex numbers. So what I'm going to do with this is take each part and write it over 12. You're allowed to do that. As long as you keep the same denominator in each fraction, this first expression, where it's all written over one denominator, is equivalent to, so I'll put my equals mark in there, this second expression where I've simply pulled it apart into two pieces. And of course this is going to be the real part, and this is going to be the imaginary part. Now you've got to be careful here, because you do not want to include the I when you answer the question. You only want to include the numeric part. So if it says, what is the real part? You would answer negative square root of 2 over 12. If asked, what is the imaginary part? You would only answer with the numeric portion square root of 2 over 12. Now, in these two answers, there is a temptation to cancel the 12 and the 2, but remember, we've talked many times about you never go up underneath the radical and try to cancel something out, because that's not, in fact, a 2. It is the square root of 2, which is approximately 1.414, and it is not 2. So remember, when you're working with radicals and you're simplifying or reducing things down to lowest terms, never go up underneath the radical and cancel out anything. So you would leave these just as they are, negative square root 2 over 12 for the real part and positive square root 2 over 12 for the imaginary part. And again, notice I do not include the I when I answer that question. Okay, so I hope that helps.